Alright, and we are off. So this is the weekly Oracle of Ages randomizer race. If you've never seen an Oracle randomizer, it's basically like any other Zelda randomizer where all the items are randomized and shuffled throughout the game, and we have to figure out how to progress through the game and beat it. Starting off with the fist ring. Now that is a very interesting item that we don't see very often. Fist ring is really only used to allow us to knock seeds off of trees. Instead of using a sword, you can use the fist ring. Its counterpart, the expert ring, can also be used for combat, but fist ring combat is not in logic because the hitbox from the fist is extremely small. We're probably going to have to go ahead and equip that fist ring fairly shortly. And one of the biggest things that you'll notice is that basically all the cutscenes are gone. There's no cutscenes in this, except for like the mandatory one after saving Nehru, where you get the Tune of Ages. Like that one is the only one because it transports you to a different area. Okay, so we got 200 rupees, which means we're gonna go get what's in the shop. To get back to the shop, we're gonna be using Tree Warp. Now, Tree Warp is not an intended feature, but it's something that we use for races. It's an anti-salt block, essentially. And what it is basically you pull up the map screen, and you hold start as you exit the map screen. And that'll warp you back to the main tree in town. And now that we have the Tune of Currents, we're going to be starting to do some really funky stuff. A lot of these Tune of Currents checks are things that you really wouldn't do in standard gameplay, but it's something that is basically a given in Randomizer. I'm tempted to go into the Deku Forest, because there's two things that I can do over there. Also, let's equip our fist ring. So if you've never played Oracle of Ages before, the harp has 3 different songs. There's the Tune of Echoes, which is the first one that we got, which lets you activate dormant portals. Then we got the Tune of Currents, which allows you to go from the past to the present anywhere that you decide, but you can't go back the other way unless you go back through the portal that you create. And then there's the Tune of Ages, which lets you go freely back and forth through time. And the harp is progressive, so you get one song, you'll get the Tune of Echoes, you get the next song, you'll get the Tune of Currents, and so on and so forth. And that also is the same true for any other item that has an upgrade. So there's the switch hook, there's a couple other things that have okay. That actually helps me. Yeah, that actually helped in terms of routing. But yeah, that... No, the chest didn't cause the death. I actually died to the beetle underneath me. But we found out what the item was, and now we can just move on. It wasn't an item that we really needed, so I don't really care. But I still have it. Okay. That's useful to know. Alright. So this is something that comes up in almost every randomizer seed, where you have the Tune of Currents, but you don't have the animal flute. You can use the Tune of Currents in this area and rescue the 3 carpenters by, you know, warping to their specific spots. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool little things that you can do in Randomizer. Oh no, wait, this is Moosh. That's the Moosh portal. We want to go a screen up. Yeah, I know where we need to go. One screen up. Right here, I believe. It's either there or the one next to it. Sometimes it's hard to remember the exact tile that you need to warp to. Because if you warp onto something that's already there, you'll just get sent back. So if you warp onto a wall or a person or something that you can't do, you end up having to move and warp back. Okay, we're getting all the good rings right now. Gold Joy Ring is really good. So Gold Joy Ring increases, it doubles every drop. So if like an enemy drops a rupee, it'll double that. If they drop bombs, it'll double that. If they drop seeds, it'll double that. So it's really useful to have. So at this point, there's only one thing that I can do. Let's go here to Symmetry City. Or no, I could go into a dungeon. I forgot, this is Dungeon Rando. We can go into Dungeon 2. So after we do this, hopefully we get something useful. Tune of Ages. Okay, that is useful. So we're probably gonna just go back out of here. Tune of Age is out of here. And use that to get back to the beginning. Early Tune of Ages is something that is really interesting. We still technically don't have a weapon. So I don't know if I want to go into a dungeon. This is a tricky conundrum. I'm gonna go for the Talus Peaks chest, and then we'll head back into this dungeon. I feel like, or no, let's not do Talus Peaks. Let's do the one by the tree over here. Because we can then see the tree, and then we can get that item. I do have to hope that the keys behave. That is good. Yeah, I can bump them. Cool. So we get to experience the power of the fist ring. Oh no. Yeah, we might as well go into the dungeon. See what's there. So yeah, the fist ring allows you to punch seeds off of trees once you have a way to do so. Like, once you have a satchel. You need that satchel in order to do that. Either satchel or the seed shooter. Alright, what dungeon do we have in here? It's Vanilla Dungeon 2. Which means we can technically do a little something in here. You know what? I don't think you really want to do anything in here. Like, we can get one item. It's not worth it. We're better off going this way. And getting our Gale Seeds. And then I'm gonna go in here. We can only get the one item in here, but I feel like this is probably a better idea. The routing for this early part is really interesting right now. So feather, that's good. So with feather, yeah, we're going Talus Peaks. I'm gonna go Talus Peaks. And then we're gonna go back into the dungeon. We can do a little bit more in the dungeon now that we have the feather. Or do we really want to? I guess we could technically roll fist ring strats. I might just go to graveyard. Yeah, I'm going graveyard. With flippers, that's a sign that you want to go graveyard. Because now there's 3 items we can get in the graveyard here. This fight's just a little slow because I don't have a real good weapon. Oh no, I need one more. I need another seed. Alright, now we're good. I forgot, you need 3 seeds in order to do this. Because you need to burn the tree, and then light the 2 torches inside. Heart container, I'll take it. That's a ring. That's also a ring. I'm inclined to get these rings right now, because we've been getting some really useful rings. Yeah, that's the one we wanted. That's the one I was thinking. So Expert's Ring is an upgrade of the Fist Ring. There's no reason to use Fist Ring anymore. It's just a straight upgrade. And now that means we can go ahead and basically complete Dungeon 2. Or at the very least, we can do a lot of it. So the one thing that we can do right now is we can't go into the basement. We can't go in the basement and get the basement chest because you need a sword in order to do that one. Really? Can you not punch those? I mean, you can punch pretty much everything else. So I'm a little surprised you can't punch that. But Ember Seeds count as weapons, so we can use those. Feel my wrath. Ooh. Okay. I will take that. Switch Hook is good. Switch Hook is essentially a sword in this game. It's so funny. Honestly, I might just go with this setup here. Expert's Ring is going to do a lot of damage. But just in case, we'll have the Switch Hook equipped. He's probably going to start hopping. Yeah. That's what I thought was going to happen. Alright, there's a key. Compass up there. Another key there. We're gonna see what this is. We can only get the one item here, so I probably might not keep it. It depends on what it is. If it's like bombs or sword, or the boss key, we're probably keeping it. keys can be really annoying. I died. That's the worst room in the game. If not the worst room, it's one of the worst rooms. Stay away. Stay away! Alright, hopefully this is a key. Because if not, then we can only go to the boss. We can't get the other key. Or get the other item. Alright, cool. So it is a key. That means we can get both of these items. We can get whatever items here, plus we can go do the boss. Alright, it's only 30 rupees, but it's still something. Now you're probably thinking, how do you do the boss without bombs? Well, he will give us bombs. Eventually. Alright, we should be good. We should be good at this point. Because it's only 4 hits. Yep. And that's map. So we found map and compass. That means there are still items in here. How many more keys are there? 2 more keys. And 1 item. I think I'm tempted to go back in there. And try and get that 1 item out of there. We've got 2 quick ones that we can do. And then hopefully the other one isn't where the item is. Like, I'd hate to have to come back here. Alright, there's the item. We're good. Where do I want to go now? I think I know where. Because we can do a lot of stuff in Rolling Ridge. I don't have access to any other dungeons right now. But yeah, Rolling Ridge is usually like a gold mine. There's a lot of things you can get up here. And we're gonna basically loot this whole thing. Ooh, that's good. That's good to find. So we're about to see what seeds are over here. Mysteries, okay. I'll grab those. So mystery seeds are good because there's an item that you can get by turning in mystery seeds. Ooh, Toonie Nut. That might bring us back around that way anyway. So like I said, Rolling Ridge is a gold mine. Generally find a lot of stuff. And we didn't even go to the main part of Rolling Ridge yet. We'll do that after this. More rupees is always good. You need rupees for minigames, so getting rupees there is pretty good. Because we're going to be doing some of the minigames fairly soon. You know what? We may be able to do some weird stuff here. In terms of routing. In order to make it so that I only have to come up this way once, potentially. I'll take that. Oh man, that was just brutal. Let's just jump over them. Jumping is much better. I know. That works in a way. We might need library key, so I'll hold on to it. Oh, I can't do the Goron shooting gallery because I don't have a sword. I'm quickly running out of things to do here. I might have to go do dungeon, whatever's in dungeon 4. Yeah, at this point, we're basically done here. I'm just going to do target cards and then get out of here, I think. Do I want to do patch without a sword? I mean, I have a shield and and a switch hook, but it's much harder with those. I'm gonna go for this ring. I don't know what it is. It could be a red ring, which would be awesome. Marble ring, okay. You know what? We could do Goron dancing, and then we can go to Ambi's palace. Yeah, that's gonna be the best route, I think. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and get ourselves some rupees. Extra rupees are always good. And then we'll do dancing, and then we'll go to Ambi's palace and finish that up. Alright, so that is dancing number 1. We can potentially do dancing again once we get the letter of introduction. But we don't need to do it right now, because we don't have that letter. It was just a gadget seed. Alright, well, better than nothing. Ah, I meant to go up first. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you're high enough, you're good. I don't know if I'm good enough there. Yeah, they saw me. So we'll finish up Ambi's, we'll do Maku Tree. And go from there. That seems to be the best thing I can do. Because technically, whatchamacallit, Patch is still out of logic, because we don't have a sword. which means that going to Dungeon 4 is out of logic. We can get there. We're not supposed to be there right now. What that means is we're gonna find Sword before we have to go there, most likely. Because I have the Expert Ring equipped, which allows you to punch when you have an empty slot. And it does damage. As well as knocking seeds off of trees. No. You better not do this to me. Okay. So, little preface here. The shovel rope is part of a 2-item pair. Oh wait, first we have to go back in and get the item there. So the shovel rope is part of a 2-item pair. It's paired up with the island chart. If you get both of them, then you'll be able to build the raft and take the raft to the island. We generally don't like that because it's annoying and slow, but sometimes it's inevitable, and this may be one of those times. There's only 2 things that can prevent that from happening. One of them is getting the mermaid suit. The other is having Dimitri's flute, which we do not have because we don't have Dimitri. Ooh, that's a dungeon we can go to. So let's go there right now. Hello? That was weird. So with the crown key we can open up the crown dungeon, which may or may not have the dungeon 5 inside. We're about to find out what is actually in here. It may be like dungeon 1 or something, which is completely beatable at this point. Like I said, dungeon 1 is completely beatable at this point. Already got the boss key. Yeah, early game is fairly linear, but once you open things up a little bit, it really starts to open up. There's the letter. I'll grab it. Like, once you start getting some of your items, like the mermaid suit and the tuna pages and whatnot, that's when the routes start to open up a lot. But early game is fairly linear, and that's why we use the tree warp, because for the most part it's going to be a ton of back and forth, and we really don't like to just deal with that. So we're like, you know what, just tree warp it. At least for races. It makes it faster. Alright, there's the map. That's another small key. We're missing one more small key. We don't need it, but we're missing it. Also missing compass. Alright, there's the compass. So that's not a small key, meaning this is an item. Mermaid suit. Okay. That's good. So we don't need to worry about the raft now that we have the mermaid suit. And that also gives us access to another dungeon. Yeah, lots of rupees. So that's a key, we don't need it. Moving on. We're gonna go to dungeon 3. We also have technical access to Zora's Seas, which is interesting. But we can't access Jabu yet. Alright, there's Crown Dungeon. So that Dungeon 5 is at Dungeon 3. We can do a little bit in here. We can't do a ton because we don't have the actual dungeon item. But we can do a lot of the early part. Alright, there's the boss key. That's cool. Map, not so cool. Now we have 2 checks that we can do left. We have one more chest that we can do before going towards the boss, and then one that's directly in front of the boss room. Okay. I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to hit that. Oh, that was bad. I meant to use a seed first before jumping. Alright, that's just a small key. Now the plan here is to not get burned by vanilla Cane of Samaria. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save before going through this door, and we're going to go ahead and do this door. Even if it's not vanilla Cane of Samaria, it could still be something of value. Like, I've been burned on leaving Dungeon 5 too early before. I'll just keep the key, I guess. It's a key for a key. Yeah, might as well just do this. We've got a lot of stuff that we can do right here on the island. So I might as well do it. Alright, that's dungeon access. We'll probably check that out once we're done here. Alright, we've got 2 more things that we can do here. And then we're gonna head back up to Rolling Ridge and check that dungeon. Nope, don't care about rubies. We have the 300 that we need. We don't need any more. I mean, we might need a few more. But right now we don't need too many more. I'll take it. Oh, I do have that. So yeah, let's do dancing part 2. I'll actually save before I do it. That way, if it's nothing, we can save those rubies. Alright, so that's dancing part 2. And then we're going to check out past Mermaid Cave. Alright. We didn't need that gaseous seed, so we might as well keep the rupees. You know what? Before we go in there, there's one thing that we can do in the present area. There's an underwater chest right outside. Might have something of value. Might not. There's our sword. So it was valuable. So that means we can go to dungeon 4, whatever's that dungeon 4. We can do this dungeon. We've got a lot of options right now. We can go to Zora Seas. Alright, this is dungeon 3. Now that's a good dungeon to find. Because we can full clear this. Especially with the sword now. Sword makes this a lot better. Though, actually, yeah, I don't know if Expert Ring hits the crystals or not. That's a good question. I guess we could try it and see. It does. Okay. So I would have been able to progress through here regardless. But, with sword it makes things a little bit better. A little bit more normal. Like, I'm used to running this dungeon with sword. So having sword makes things feel more comfortable. However, Expert Ring does provide more damage output. So there may be some instances where I'd rather switch to Expert Ring. But part of the problem is it doesn't have much range. So we wouldn't be able to hit that guy, for instance. Hey, there's a boss gate. And another heart container. Already filling up pretty high on hearts. Also, now's probably a good time to start using Pegasus seeds. I probably could have been using it throughout, but I generally wait until then to start using them. Shield doesn't matter anymore. You only need the shield for one room, and that's the first room of Dungeon 2. And since we already completed Dungeon 2, we don't need to go back there. Ooh, I only have one key. I think it's probably best to just skip Bush Room. Yeah, with one key, I think we're just go to the basement. Because we have boss key, so we can go to the boss. And then if we have to come back, we can. So we'll finish the dungeon, and then we might come back in and do Bush Room and Vanilla Sea Shooter. Like, depending on what we get here. I know we have compass already, but do we have map? I don't remember. Lava juice, okay. Yeah, we have map and compass and all the keys. So everything else in here is an item. So we're gonna come back in and get those 2 items and then move on to Dungeon 4. Or more likely, whatever's in Dungeon 4. It could potentially be vanilla. We haven't seen that one yet. There's red ring. I'm equipping that bad boy. Ooh. So red ring increases your attack power a lot. So I'm glad I came back in for that. There is one more item in that dungeon, but we cannot get there until we have the shovel. Reason being, the mini-boss requires a shovel, and in order to get to that side, you need to beat the mini-boss. Alright, tuning nut restored. That allows us access to the dungeon. Ideally, we'd want this dungeon to be... We'd want this dungeon to be vanilla. Either that, or... Maybe D7? No, I don't think we really want D7 right now. Probably D6. D6 passed. So 4 or D6 passed, which it is. Okay, good. Those are probably our vanilla, like how we're supposed to get bombs. Because you're not supposed to be able to get the bombs from Headwomp, which is a boss at D2. That is a hard logic strat that I usually use if I get there without bombs. Alright, there's a key. Second key, okay. So there's only one more small key in here. You know what? I'm gonna switch to that. There it is, okay. So we have all the small keys. Let's fill up on some ember seeds. The main thing that we're hoping for is finding the boss key in the past. Dungeon 6 is unique in that the boss key can be either in the past or the present. And you really want it to be in the past because that's where the boss is. I'm racing against Dragon and Nitro. Alright, we can't do anything else in here, so we're about to leave. And then... yeah, I think this is probably going to be the best way to get there. Time to do Tingle. Tingle has 2 items for us. One just for reaching him, and one for having at least 3 different types. Kingdom of Samaria. Oh right, that is huge. 3 different types of seeds for the other. Okay. No shovel. We're going back to Dungeon 5. Dungeon 5 is going to be where it's at. We can full clear Dungeon 5 now. No shovel, no animal companion, so we can't do the dirt pile. I'm tempted to just go ahead and beat the dungeon right now. That might be the best idea. It's not that bad. Dipping D6 because we had to do it anyway. Like all of that was required anyway. It just means now we have to go back there right after this. Because now that we have Kane, we can go the other way. But we'll finish this dungeon first. Do I go for the full clear? I've been burned by not doing full clear on D5 before. Well, I got a shield back. I should check what's left, because we have 3 keys. And an item. We've gotta check this. It sucks, but we've gotta do it. There's a guarantee. There's an item in here. And I know it's gonna be in the back. It's guaranteed to be in the back. So this version of Smasher is a jerk, because his ball disappears after a few seconds. Yeah, I really enjoy fighting him. It's my favorite mini-boss in all of Zelda. Wait a second. 3 keys. Don't you need 3 keys in order to get to the back? Okay. we didn't need to go to the back. We just need to go there. I did pick it up, yeah. Alright, that's good. Let's go check out that dungeon. I was like, wait a second, I don't have enough keys. But that's because the item was one of the items before that. So hopefully this is dungeon 4, so we can full clear this. If it's not, then I'm going to dungeon 6 past. Yeah, I'm just bailing out of here. Jabu, not happening right now. So there's 2 items that we can get in this dungeon, in this part of the dungeon right now. Hopefully, one of them is the boss key. Then we can full clear this dungeon, not have to worry. Otherwise, we're gonna have to find dungeon, we're gonna have to find, dungeon 6 in the present. Alright, there's the compass. It all comes down to this one item. Whether we can complete the dungeon, or we're gonna have to find a whole new dungeon to complete. It's not the boss key, because we have compass, and the boss, the key item, the key sound didn't go off. But it could be an item that might help us, like a graveyard key or something. Graveyard key means access to 2 dungeons, the remaining 2 dungeons that we have. No, it's nothing. Okay. So we're gonna have to come back here. And now it's like, where do I go? I think the best bet is actually just going to Zora Seas. I usually put it off, but there's a decent amount of things over there, and we have library key. We have library key. So that's another potentially 2 items that we can get. And if anything, we'll open up the warp so we can get back here quickly. other than this, we've got a bunch of like one-off checks in like every corner of the map. Which I'm not looking forward to. Okay. So that gives us access to another dungeon. Alright, let's check out the library and then... Then maybe we'll go to Dungeon 8? Or whatever's at Dungeon 8. Alright, so that one's useless, that's good. We don't have to do bookless jump. That one's also useless. Okay. So we have a few things to think about. Number one, I'm going to start doing like some of these one-off checks, I think. And number two, we can potentially go to a dungeon. I mean, we can do more of Dungeon 7 now that we have the Key of Samaria. But I'm not sure I really want to do it. I think I should. I probably should, actually. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, it could be one of those, like, where you have to do that in order to get the level 2. Let's go for it. Let's go for jumping back into Jabu. Oh wait, I can do a couple things outside while I'm here. Maybe, yeah. Let's go around, and then we'll drop down. Oh, I should have gone the other way, because I have Tune of Ages. I could have gone the other way. I always forget when you have Tune of Ages, you don't have to drop down and go around. You can just go straight from the tree. Now, if the shooting gallery does not pay off, then we will come back then we'll come back and do Jabu. Okay, shooting gallery is giving us the Goronade. That's actually pretty good, because that's another thing that we can do while we're up here. And it should be a fairly quick check. It's the fairy powder. That's super good. Because we need fairy powder. Fairy powder is required to enter Jabu Jabu. However, right now, entering Jabu Jabu is still out of logic. Because we don't have Graveyard Key. You need Graveyard Key in order to access the potion shop. In order to heal King Zora. Are you kidding me? That was like the last second. There we go. So let's go into Jabu. Or into, Dungeon 7. See what we can do in there. And then maybe clean the seas and work on stuff down there. Like, there's only a handful of things we can do in this dungeon without having the level 2 switch hook. And if we end up finding the level 2 switch hook in here, I am going to be really mad. But I'll be happy at the same time, because that means we can just go ahead and beat the dungeon. I'm gonna save before we use any keys. Just in case this path does not lead us anywhere. I know 3 keys is already almost half of the keys in the dungeon. So we're pretty good on keys. But it becomes more about what are we going to do once we get the level 2 switch hook. Alright, that's nothing. Okay, we needed to go this way. That's fine. So yeah, finding the boss key there means we absolutely had to drain the water. There's no way around it. What that also means is we're gonna have to use a key there to bring the water back up. And hopefully we won't have to use the key after the mini-boss to get the item there. If anything, we'll save beforehand and hope we don't need to use that key. Okay. Rock brisket is interesting because it's a trade item, but we need the brother emblem before we can even use the trade items. So it's like a double layered trade item. And at this point, we are one item away from running out of things to do here. And that's the one after the mini-boss. So we'll save before we use the key. It's a key for a key, it looks like. Yeah, so we don't even need to get that key. And now it's time to start figuring out where I can go and what I can do. There's one item that I can do, like, really quick over here. So I'm gonna go do that right now. Then I might do the mystery seed reward. Because that's something that I should have gotten about an hour ago. Maybe more. Yeah, I know we can go to that dungeon, but statistically, it's not something we're gonna be able to full clear. I guess statistically, yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's just go for it. Because we should be able to clear everything except for Vanilla D8. So hopefully it's not Vanilla D8. That's all I have to say about that. A forced double dip of D8 would be awful, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Besides, there is potential that this could be Dungeon 4 or 6B. If it's one of those two, we can full clear everything there. But if it's D8, we can do part of it. We can't full clear it unless we find the Power Glove inside. Like this is one of those times where we're taking a risk. There's a chance that this might be really bad, but there's a chance that this could be exactly where we need to go. Alright, it's Dungeon 4. That's perfect. So we can full clear this, and we don't have to worry. And hopefully the dungeon item in here is the Power Glove. Like, that would be amazing. Getting Power Glove in here. That way I wouldn't have to come back to this area at all. Really? There we go. So far, only keys. At some point, we're gonna not get a key. We're gonna actually get something. There's what, one more key remaining, I think? Alright, there's the map. So we're missing one key, compass, boss key, items. Yeah, one key, compass, boss key, 2 items. That sounds right. Alright, there's the compass. So now we just need boss key, small key, and 2 items. Hopefully the small key is in the back and locked itself in. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, we're gonna have to go into Deep 4, which is the vanilla boss key chest. Alright, that's a key of some sort. Meaning it could be boss or it could be small. It's boss. Okay. That's always good to see. It looks like Nitro has forfeit. I'm guessing, based on his comment, he save warped and didn't save and lost a lot of progress. Which is unfortunate. Save warped in D5, went back to vanilla Iron Shield Cave. Oof. Like 20 minutes. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. 20 minutes of lost progress is not good. Are you kidding me? I went up. Are you serious? The seed ran out at the worst possible time. Alright, that's one of the items. So there's one more item remaining. Yeah, fist ring into expert's ring was interesting. Okay, I will take a self-lock key in the back of D4. That means we've got to figure out where we're going. I have an idea. I have a couple ideas. One of them is one that I should have done, like, a long time ago. Okay. So it's not that. The other one is one that I should have done when I was leaving a dungeon. Leaving dungeon 6. I did get all the items in D2. Unless I miscounted keys, but I'm pretty sure the one thing had to be a key. It's the only thing that I can think of. Alright. Yeah, it looks like we are going... going to clean the seas and going that way. It's the only place I can think of going at this point. Clean the seas and get the Zora chest. Yeah, fist ring into expert ring was a really interesting and fun start. So I'm pretty sure this has to be something. Graveyard key, most likely. Yep. See, I know. I just know. Yeah, get potion, check out the dungeon. Hopefully it's D6 present and not D8. I mean, we might not even need the potion actually. If this is D8. Oh no, we need to go into both actually. Yeah, we need to go into both because boss key. Yeah. That thing. That boss key thing. Alright. We will take this. Now the question is... do I go all the way? Do I take this all the way after I get boss key? Assuming I get boss key early. That's a big assumption. No, don't you do this to me again. Don't you do this to me again. Shovel leading to D3 right side item is my least favorite thing. Or, you know what it could be? It might not be that. It could be the dirt pile. Like, it could be the dirt pile. Imagine that. Ember seeds. Alright, there's our boss key. We're out of here. Let's just go finish D6. I guess I theoretically could have gone up to Spinner Chest. Spinner Chest would have been pretty quick to get. Yeah, library had 2 gaseous seeds. I was like fully going in there expecting to have to do bookless at some point. Like, I was like, oh, you know, there's probably something in there. Might have to do bookless, but no, we're good. We find... I know it's not hard logic, but I was thinking like, I'm there, might as well do it. Really? Okay. We still missing the level 2 switch hook. But you know what that means. Let's just go D8 right now in Jabu. We're going straight to Jabu. And then we'll go from there. Also, it's nice to get that. Wait. No. I'm thinking we're actually going into Jabu, but we're not. Yo, imagine if King Zora gives us our level 2 switch hook and we can go straight into go mode. He gives us one of his scales. Ew. Alright, Dungeon 8. I'm gonna fill up on stuff here before we venture into the dungeon itself. We're hoping not to have to do that check. Right now we're just hitting these dungeons, hoping we don't have to do anything, because we're only missing one item. And this dungeon is fairly linear, so chances are we're going to have to check everything in here. If it comes to it, we will check the stuff outside, but right now, we just want to handle the dungeon. So one slate already. One slate, 2 keys. Not an awful start for a potential go mode. Another key. Another key. Slate, okay. We're just plowing through everything. We're not finding any actual items in here. We're just getting all the keys and boss keys and stuff that we need. Power Ring level 2. Too bad we already have Red Ring. If we didn't have Red Ring, that would have been a good find. Yeah, Red Ring is the best offensive ring. But, because you can do stuff like that, like get a 1 cycle on this mini-boss. But Power Ring is also good, but there's a drawback where you take more damage. So, it's good, but, yeah. In Vanilla, you get it in Oracle of Seasons. For killing the 4 golden beasts, and then you transfer it over to Ages. Yeah, in order to get 100%, you have to complete both games. And you have to complete them multiple times. Alright, that's our final small key. And compass, okay. So we have 2 more items. One of them has to be the boss key. And one of them has to be the slates. So there's an actual item on the boss himself. And we're just making our way there. Hopefully, the item on the boss is the what am I doing? I wanted the switch hook. We want the level 2 switch hook. That's what we want. It's all we need in order to finish the game. Alright, that's our boss key. The other one's gonna be our slate. We're gonna skip the refill. Skip the refill, because we can always refill refill later, once we get back to the tree. So there are a bunch of things that we can now do. Now that we have the power glove and the shovel and all that fun stuff. Alright, what are you gonna give me? Pizza Heart. Don't care. We're gonna have to grab the item out here first. That's gonna be the quickest thing we can get. Then probably dirt pile. At this point, we're on the hunt. More things to check. Like, stop giving me things to check. I don't want to go there unless I have to. Because that's really far out of the way. And there's a lot of things we can do before that. And the way I'm routing it right now is gonna lead us straight to Dungeon 7, if we do find it. So that's our last heart container. That's a gaseous seed. Okay. Time to risk it for the biscuit, I guess. We'll go for the trade. We're going for the trade and hope it works. Like, hope we get it. If not, we might go back to Dungeon 6. There's more things in Dungeon 6 than that one check way by Dungeon 8. Okay, that's useless. Yeah, I'm going for it. This is gonna be where we find out that the spinner chest was our upgraded switch hook, and we're gonna find out that I was an idiot all along. But chances are this has to be a key of some sort. Or it's bombs. Okay. So then that one... This is the only chest that we can do here. This is weird. This is a very weird route for Dungeon 6. All the small keys are, like, non-existent. Now this probably is going to be a small key. No! Okay. So I guess we do have to go there. Oh, this is lovely. It's either this or go back into Dungeon 3, and you know I hate going back into Dungeon 3. I feel like there's always one item that just hides so well. Guaranteed it's probably in the spot. It's probably the one that I'm not going to. Yeah. Now that takes me there. I need to get to Symmetry City. We'll go here and then do that. Yeah, that works. Literally down to the final check that I can do. This is basically how Aegis Rando goes in a nutshell. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's over there. Oh. Oh, it's there? Hmm. It's past D6. I was like, I went in there, I was like, this doesn't look like D3 to me. No, I haven't. But I can't do anything else in D7 until I get the level 2 switch hook. Alright, that it was not cool. Wait, why am I doing that? I just need to jump over here. I don't need to go back that way. And here it is! Oh, and this is actually really good. Because D7 is right here as well. I didn't even realize that. So we're in go mode. What do I have to do here? Do I have boss key. I have to just raise the water level. I just have to raise the water level and that's it. Okay, this is easy. Easiest go mode of my life right here. Didn't even need to get any more keys. Like, we've got the one key that we need in order to open that up. We already have our boss key. Like, super easy. These fairies do not like me today. Yeah, this was a fairly long seed, because it was mostly 100%. Like, usually when it's about 2.5 hours, that's when you know you're getting into, like, 100% territory. But the start was very interesting with the fist ring into expert's ring and whatnot. That's the only thing that I was actually going to go back and pick up. I was like, I don't need anything unless it's Noble Sword. So now that we have all 8 essences, all we have to do is climb the Black Tower and beat Varen, and then we are done. Oh no, I lost the shield. Whatever will I do? I'm a little surprised the dragon hasn't finished yet. I feel like he normally makes those kinds of plays where I don't know why you would make that kind of play. And there he goes. He just finished. See, I've been on point with like my predictions. Except you know, when I actually needed to find the thing that I needed. What was that, 6? 6 warps? Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know how it goes. All the warps. So we just have one more phase, and then we're done. There we go. GG. So, official standings for the race. Dragon has won with a official SRL time of 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 3 seconds. I came in second place with 2:35:46, and Nitro forfeit. Overall, I thought that was a good seed. It was a lot of fun. Like, Fist into Expert Ring was a really interesting thing. But then, of course, there's always that one item. And of course, it was in that one spot that I just generally don't like to go back to. In D3 on the right side. So yeah, the main highlights of this run: Fist Ring to start, Expert Ring pretty early on. Then we didn't find a sword for a little while. We were using mostly Expert Ring. And then the Switch Hook level 2 just decided it didn't want to show up. And it ended up being in that one spot that I really hate going to, which is the right side of D3. Especially because once you see that shovel, I just knew, like, something was up. But I, still decided to go and check everything else before that. That probably would have been enough to win me the race. Because that was only like a 2-minute, 2.5-minute difference. And checking like all that other stuff definitely cost me more than that. Still trying to think if there was anything else that was interesting about the seed. I don't know. I feel like those were the two major points. The beginning with the fist and expert ring, and then the end with the switch hook. Yeah, I might start making that play more often because that seems to pan out quite a few times.